Today, friends, I would like to dedicate a separate issue to the pyramids in Egypt. The mystery of their construction is still one of the most mysterious. There are so many inconsistencies in the official version that it already seems so stupid and implausible that you can't help thinking about how official historians adopted it in general, and about inconsistencies with their purpose and the nationality of the builders in general. You can shoot a comedy. For example, archaeologists found Pharaoh Tutankhamun with a golden dagger depicting scenes of royal dog hunting in forests where oaks grow. The ancient Nile mosaic of the 1st century BC located in Palestine is full of other runic inscriptions, but we will talk about this in a separate issue. Today we will talk about whether ancient people with primitive tools could really build these majestic structures. Clues about our true history, as practice shows, are not always hidden and often lie on the surface. It's enough just to show a little attention and turn on logic. In general, any version about the construction of the Egyptian pyramids seems more plausible than the official one, and now we will look at some aspects of this construction that fundamentally refutes the orthodox. The foundation for the Pyramid of Cheops was a rock about 10 meters high and shaped like a square, but what did these rocks look like in 1615? There is no huge layer of soil, the pyramids are on the tops. Why are they now on a level with the ground? Where did it come from? Did the flood bring the earth? This is of course a completely different topic that we will talk about in a separate issue. Now we are interested in something else. It turns out that the ancient builders also had to lift these multi-ton blocks to the tops of rocks. Isn't it too much physical activity for ancient Egyptian slaves? For many years, historians considered the pyramids a place of ritual burial of the pharaohs, and any alternative version was presented as anti-scientific, but time does not stand still. And with the development of science and technology, the attitude to the theory of the construction of the Egyptian pyramids and their functional purpose has changed. Completely unexpected facts about them have become clear, which completely change the idea of these mighty structures. Today even official science does not deny that the pyramids performed those functions about which modern science has only an approximate idea. The author of the modern legend about the construction of the pyramids, Herodotus, stated that they were built by slaves. According to him, from 20 to 100,000 workers were involved in the construction at different times, but 2 and 3 million stone blocks weighing 5 tons each were spent on the construction of the Sphinx alone. 300 to 350 blocks were installed per day, as he claims, which means that it took them no more than a few minutes to transfer one block. What kind of person can cope with such physical exertion? Or were the builders much larger than modern people? The ancient Egyptian historian Manfin approached the question of the construction of the pyramids more carefully. He wrote in his book entitled The History of Egypt that 10,000 years ago gods lived on the territory of Egypt, who gave the pyramids to the Egyptians for use. His words can certainly be questioned, but the stela erected at the entrance to the pyramids of Cheops says the same thing. It depicts hieroglyphs that tell that the statue of the Sphinx was undergoing restoration after heavy rains that washed away its base. It would seem that some rains eroded the foundations of the Sphinx. They restored it, but the fact is that torrential rains were here about 7 to 8,000 years ago. Scientists began to conduct a more thorough study of this stele, but the Egyptian government made a night move and gave the order to immure the stele in the wall of the Cairo Museum so as not to spoil the beautiful legend of the ancient Egyptian pharaohs who built such majestic structures. This is not a story for you to solve on the couch, but a blow to the tourist business after all. They can kill for it. There are many nuances after studying which you understand that ordinary people simply could not build these pyramids. Yes, there is a version that the ancient Egyptians had some special knowledge that was lost later and the like, but scientists in my opinion are simply tired of refuting themselves, and in particular the fact that a structure of this scale was created exclusively for the burial of kings sounds initially stupid and far-fetched. Granite quarried in the quarry was used in the construction, but the walls in the quarry are smooth to this day, and this naturally suggests that granite was mined with the help of a high-tech tool. Grinding stone, for example. It has long been proven that the Egyptians did not possess such tools. It turns out that they only restored these pyramids and used them as tombs. The technology of creating pyramids and underground labyrinths in all pyramids are the same, although the difference in their construction according to the official version is more than 1,000 years old. Not so long ago an international group of archaeologists investigated the Egyptian pyramids, using scanning. The most modern means existing in this area were used. The purpose of the study was to detect cavities and any hidden structures in which there could be burials. In 4 months, scientists scanned 5 pyramids, including the pyramids of Cheops. During the research it was found out that there are no hidden sarcophagi of pharaohs inside the pyramids as previously assumed. Based on the scan data obtained, scientists made an unambiguous conclusion that the Egyptian pyramids were not built by the Egyptians and not as tombs for the pharaohs as previously thought, rather on the contrary. It was the pharaohs who could adapt these grandiose structures created by an unknown civilization for their burials. Also after that, Russian scientists together with American scientists conducted their own research. The conclusion was unequivocal. The pyramids of Egypt are high-tech structures and they were created 8,000 years earlier than previously thought, that is, long before the appearance of the pharaohs themselves. Almost all scientists who followed the pyramids in Egypt recognized that they were not built by the Egyptians and far from our civilization. Dear friends, if you like the issue, please like it and subscribe to the channel.